what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Do it, girl. Hello and welcome to the Friday edition of your show. Still, as far as we know, the only live show on YouTube from 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, located in Saskatoon, and we are so damn grateful and happy to have you along for this wild ride. We also like to make up categories that we're number one in, including we are the number one show on YouTube that has a full pre-tape that didn't work. A full pre-tape that didn't work. We also are number one in the category, again, of having a animal actress not hitting her spot on time. She even tricked me out of a piece of pepperoni, and then she bailed. And here she is now. And then she's moving again. Oh, keep her right there. Stay right there. She also has her own camera. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Maggie Cam. Look at her. That's a good girl. Out of her spot, but still killing it. The Maggie Cam. For our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle and Margaret's boyfriend, Leroy, always there to give you the greatest experience of your life when it comes to shopping in a pet store. As well, after hours, you'll see Kirsten, Shar, or Chris, and they will also give you that great, incredible service you've come to know and love from our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Look at her hold her spot. That's a good dog right there. And off she goes. Woo! That's how you keep the sponsors happy. Honestly, Pet Planet, they were the first ones to come aboard, and not a word of a lie, two of the greatest human beings I've ever met, Mike and Rochelle. They are so kind and so generous and so amazing. Maggie basically lives there, and they love having her, so thank you again to them. And their cleaning station, absolutely incredible. I'm telling you, if you're looking for a pet store, that is the one for you. Pet Planet on 8th Street. So being number one in the category of shows that have a previously recorded segment that didn't really work out, that was going to play. Not now, but a little bit later. Right now, we have another segment that we did hopefully work. I guess I did it, so I would know if I screwed it up. And it involves a big, big football game this weekend, and not the Huskies game. We'll get into that a little bit more a little later. But this one, is going to have a lot of people watching. Let's go ahead and run that one, Dragon. Well, LB, I got to tell you, I found a way to enjoy the Riders game.
Win?
No, gambling. And not in the, traditional sense. By the way, LB, Rider Insider for the big family here at the Dufferin Avenue Media Network as well, co-host of The Viewing Room, The Shining, currently up, a show he co-hosts with Dragon. It was a spooky one.
It's a good one. We had
Shining
a really lively
horrifies me.
episode.
Yeah. So getting back to what I opened this whole thing with, if the Riders win, we have to spend some money. We have to send you, because that was the bet that we made. And it wasn't really a bet, it was more of an acknowledgement.
Well, you made it when we were in the midst of a 7-game losing skid, so I can't blame you, right? At that point, we were all like, oh, the season's done, The most ironic part is that at the same time, we never thought in a million years they'd be playing this game in Winnipeg. No. Holy, this season has been full of turns.
Crazy.
It's been a crazy season.
They've been written off a couple times by you right here on this show, and yet here they are hosting your Riders, a trip to the Grey Cup on the line, not only for the team, but for you as well. I will be cheering for Winnipeg, so we can save a little money around here. I know everyone's going to hate me. I'm Riders for life. I'm a Saskatchewanian. That's who we cheer for. But, if they don't quite pull it off, it might be okay for the old company here. So we'll see how that all goes. Your thoughts on how prepared this team is for the Bombers?
I think we're ready. The only thing we're missing really is Sean Bain.
God, I miss Bain. He's so good.
He was solid.
That was supposed to be an impression.
But
he is the best. Go ahead.
But our receiving core is pretty good without him. We've managed to bounce back from that, and we have both of our running backs healthy, ready to go. We've got our starting quarterback ready to go.
That defense, man, how you feeling about your defense?
If they keep playing the way they've been playing, then I think we got this game.
Wow. So you're just all positivity over here. There's no weak links that you see.
As I've been saying, every single time, the 10-yard line, the safeties drop, the line rushes, and we leave it open.
You should be.
And actually, I read a stat about that.
Here we go.
So I was looking. We were talking about. I was reading about the BC run game.
Yeah.
So of course we have like one of the best rushing defenses in the league.
Bring that. The turnover ratio unheard of, positive 26.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think BC only ran it like 4 or 5 times.
They were scared.
And so they didn't give him any yards. But their running back, I think he had 5 catches for 53 yards.
One of those teams.
Right? And so when we leave that guy open, because, when it's not a run play, what does the running back do? They get open so the quarterback can just dump it off to them. That leaves that 10-yard section wide open for somebody like that. And with Oliveira, if they're coming back to get him, he's going to be able to push those extra yards. Even if they get him at 6 or 7 yards, he's going to be able to push those extra and get it over the 10.
A great example last night was the Cincinnati Bengals when they were taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Kirk Herbstreit, one of the announcers, was talking about how Cincinnati doesn't have a running game. Their running game is exactly that. Yeah. It's get the running back into the off-field, other side, and then just dump it off when everyone comes at you. Yeah. And that's their running game. That's sort of what you're saying this is going to be.
I think that's the way
beat the Riders.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's our weak link. And so
that's very in-depth of you. You know that? That's like next. You're stepping up in your Rider insiderisms because that's like.
It's just a thing I've been noticing for weeks now.
Yeah, and it's sort of what you do because if you stack the box to stop the run, all you got to do is just think, see you later. The box is right here. You send them out that way and off you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, something to look for now. This is very exciting. Do you have any predictions for this game, as in like any big players that are going to go off or anything like that? Anything exciting?
Ole.
He wants Thor.
He's gonna go for it. Even just some of the things I've been hearing and reading this week about like how fired up he is.
Yeah.
And he has not had like his game this year, in my opinion.
He hasn't played enough, man.
Rock Armstead had his 200-yard game. I think he's fired up. He's ready to go.
And he's got those fresh legs. Make no mistake, man. He hasn't been getting beat up all year.
He hasn't. He's ready to go. He's fired up. He was giving riders ticket holders, phone calls and
people
stuff.
Love him. People love him.
Like he's a really he's a positive figure, and I think he's fired up and ready to go.
So you're looking for a big game from Wallette. Is there a score that you would like to predict now that it's the playoffs? We didn't do it last week, but I think it might be fun just to see where we're at because I'll throw one out there too. And we'll see who's closer. Whoever is closer has to pay for the ticket to BC.
What tickets? the plane tickets.
The one we're going to pay for right after the game.
Okay.
Whatever it's going to be.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess we might have to purchase a ticket.
I'm going to say it's going to be a 24-17 for the Riders.
24-17 Riders. All right, and I will go.
Got to write this down somewhere. Do you have a pen?
I usually have one up here. I don't, but we will write it down on your phone. 24-17 Riders. I'm going to go with. I'm going to throw some rouges in there. Some weird score that would be hard to get to, like a 33-22.
33
Bombers.
33-22.
Bombers. There we go. Those are the predictions. Kickoff tomorrow in Winnipeg. This is a Banjo Bowl on steroids right here. It's going to be a wild game. Apparently sold out. Everyone's ready.
It was sold out like last week.
Early,
crazy.
Yeah, wow.
And now people are saying that the Bombers have the best fans in the league.
Yeah, I saw Dave Naylor come out and said that. Pissed everybody in Saskatchewan off. You can't be saying that, Dave.
No.
Not around these parts anyway. So they're out to prove something, which will be
and that's another important thing. I mean, our record this year with Winnipeg, I think, what is it? It's 3-1 or 2-1 now.
Something like that. They're definitely up on it, right?
2-1. We won the Labor Day, then they won Banjo Bowl and the rematch. So
2-1 for Winnipeg.
We got a vendetta.
Very interesting. When's kickoff? Saturday.
5:30 p.m.
5:30 p.m. Saturday. So right after you watch the Huskies beat the snot out of that dirty old Regina team, you can cheer for another Regina team.
Or if you're watching the East Final.
Or if you watch the East Final, I guess that's too.
But if I were you, I'd go watch the Huskies because it's local.
It's the Hardy Cup, and it hasn't been played between these two teams.
Right. It's going to be a historic game.
It's a Griffith, it's a home game.
East Finals a rematch, so who cares,
Big day of football. I'll be in here watching it while we record 100 shows this weekend. But that's okay. We'll be very pumped for that. Dude, go Riders, go. It's so hard. I'm so conflicted right now. But
go Riders, go. I can say it.
There it is. Rider Insider. His name is LB, International Man of Mystery, as well co-host of The Viewing Room, The Shining, the latest viewed movie in said room for you to enjoy with his co-host, Dragon. Thank you so much, brother. I love you. Have a great weekend, and it's going to be an interesting one.
It's going to be a good game.
Good timing on that Viewing Room banner, too. Hey, check those guys out. Right there. Every Tuesday, they got a new show for you. It's always so much fun as we continue on the Friday edition of your show. I didn't mention, I'm your host, Gary. Nice to be here. Always enjoy spending this hour with you, doing whatever it is you're doing. Thank you again for being part of it. I believe we will now call up our next guest, as we did have a previously recorded segment with two guests. One actually had to go to work, that being Emily May, who we're very, very excited about. But a lot of the stuff that we talked about, we can still touch on with the other half of that segment that sort of got lost in time. So now, if you could, my sweet dragon, move on out from your dragon cave. Is it, they call them caves, where you sit on all your gold and stuff? Your dragon lair. Oh, what a game. Dragon's Lair. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Dragon.
Woo! The mic is on. I double checked.
My man, he's got this.
Speaking of mics being on, hey, first of all, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, dude. Great to see you. Dragon's Den, great place to go for gaming. We love Dragon's Den. Hello to all of our friends there. Dragon's Lair. Have you ever played that video game?
I don't think so.
It's like one of those ones. It was one of the first ones to sort of be
tower one.
It's like a cartoon. So it's like the first level is just a drawbridge going into a castle, and it's super hard to control. But it's one of those first games to bring the ability to be playing inside a cartoon, which is normal now. But it was so hard to play. You had to throw daggers at this serpent at the very first thing that would pop up over the drawbridge. It's one of the hardest games ever to play. And it was way funner in the arcade because it had all the cartoon stuff. But still, Dragon's Lair, maybe we'll cover that. Maybe we'll Twitch stream it someday.
Yeah, I found a lot of the old arcade games are really hard to play. Like NES, SNES, all those games. Dang, I've played almost all those games.
Yep.
And they're tough, to learn and get the hang of. The original Zelda too. I beat that game and I was like, wow, how did kids in the 80s do this? It was crazy.
You know how they did it? Without the internet.
I know, magazines and word of mouth and stuff like that. When I had to look up YouTube guides, and I was like, man, I'm 19 years old and I'm looking up a YouTube video how to beat Zelda, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
Did you ever play Zelda 1?
The original?
The OG, the very first one.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
oh, you're not talking about Zelda 2, because Zelda 2 was the one that turned it into sort of the top down into the role playing.
Yeah. Top down is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So between 1 and 2 was such a huge step. I couldn't even figure out how to play 2, but we played 1 all the time. Anyways, the moral of this story is all those games are fantastic, and we play a lot of them over on our Twitch stream at Dufferin Ave Media. If you want to check out the Twitch channel.
But I had a lapse in.
I told you, no negativity.
Intelligence. No. I'm being positive about it because now we're going to turn it into a joke. There we go. So I set up our recorded segment, and we had a lovely 20 minutes talk, and it was great. It was perfect. I checked the board. I turned my mic on. It was all great, but I didn't turn Emily's mic on. And that's the first time that's happened to me here. Yeah. And yeah, that stings. It really sucks. It's painful. But we're going to be positive about it and be like, at least we can come on and talk about it live now, which is even more fun. But Emily can't be here, which is unfortunate.
What did I tell you right when we figured out it happened?
You fool. No, you said, don't worry, buddy. That happened to me once.
2 weeks ago I did it. We did a half hour, Brooksy and I. And the entire time her mic was off. And I thought I turned it on as well. Exact same situation. That's what I'm saying. You can't beat yourself up, man. That's real life shit right there.
Yeah, I really can't believe Network Ryan came in and did that to us because that was.
I knew it was someone.
Yeah.
I thought I saw you push that button. Yeah, we'll blame him. But the gist of that conversation was we were spotlighting our new show that we are working on right now. We talked about it a little bit, and it's basically a spotlight on business show.
Yes.
And we were talking about the value that you and Emily May as a team bring to this whole thing. And that value being we go inside your business. We've done the first episode with Uncle Mike and his all-natural products. We filmed inside his business so you can see exactly how your soaps and your different products are made, which is very cool. And then the second half of the show is right here in our lovely studios where we get to know the owner or the manager or the person representing the business. It's a very good model that we're very excited for and proud of.
Yes, and I spoke about this in our pre-tape, but
you did.
You know what? Let me reiterate it now.
It's fresh
because I think
on the mind.
I think that's good.
Okay.
I'm going to speak for Emily because I let her speak for herself in the video, so you're going to just have to trust me.
Hold on, you let her? I don't think that's how we word those things.
Sorry. Well, how do you word? Sorry, like I was saying like what I thought about it. And then I was like, oh, and Emily, thoughts. And I let her go because I wasn't gonna speak for her, like not letting her. I was being polite, is what I'm trying to say. I was being polite, okay? I was saying, please, you go ahead. I'm not gonna speak for you because we're a team here and we each get equal say.
Welcome to 2024. Yeah, you're good, buddy. You're good. I didn't mean for it to go this far.
Career end.
I apologize.
So I was letting her talk, right? Because I had to. No. I wanted to hear what she had to say, and I wasn't going to speak for her. Is that better? Perfect. Okay. Glad we saved my career. Thank you.
That was close.
I was really close. I know. I'm sweating right now. Yeah. So, man, I lost my train of thought completely.
Good. We talked about how this is literally like her dream show. We said to her, "What do you want to do?"
Yeah.
And she came back and said this. I'm like, hell yeah, that's like. It's all the dots. We want to help people in the city. We want to help businesses in the city, organizations in the city. And now we have a way to do that.
Yes. And the reason it works well is that I am very passionate about filming and meeting people and going out and doing stuff.
And very good at it. I call you Mr. Millions because you're always putting up million views on every video you put out. Sort of a big deal. Continue.
Yes. And
not to be confused with Mr. Millions, the great Roger Millions, who I also love.
Yes, there we
That's
go.
My dude. Continue.
But I don't know. It just works because I'm very passionate about that stuff, and Emily's obviously very passionate about meeting people as well and getting to film these things, right? And so it's a gift for both of us because we get to explore our creative side and business side, and really get to know people in the community, just doing what we love, right? It's such a gift, and then it works for business owners. And anyone who wants to showcase what they do on the other hand, because obviously if you're a business owner or you do anything that you're passionate about, you've spent your whole life or a large portion of it at least working towards something, right? And that's obviously apparent if you own a business. I think is the best example because you work day and night to make that thing your own and
people don't see the work that goes into it.
Right, 100%. And I don't know. I think it's good as a business owner because you have two people who are very passionate about what they do coming in, and they're willing to be passionate about your stuff. And you as a business owner can be passionate. I'm saying the word passionate a lot. I gotta find a different word,
but it's true.
But yeah, like you as a business owner can like look around and be like, yeah, this is what I want to showcase. This is what I've worked so hard for, and you can be proud of that because you have people who want to showcase what you do, and there's a lot of people out in the world who just want to learn about this kind of stuff, right? So it works for everyone. It's a lot of fun.
You said that very well in that this is your specialty. Your specialty is doing this shooting, the video, the editing, the lighting, all that stuff. That's your forte. That's what you want to do. And she is in a position where she loves going out and meeting people, and she loves learning, and she wants to know how this stuff works. So it's not like it's an act or a job. Like these are two people doing the one thing they want to do more than anything else. And when that comes together, man, look out. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be a huge, huge opportunity for everyone in this city. And the way we're doing it, it's affordable. It's there for you. We say it all the time. No one's here to get rich. We're all here to get comfortable, and that includes you. And if you have a business or if you have an organization that would love for us to come in and showcase whatever it is you do, send us an email. Where's that email going, Dragon?
DufferinAv.com.
Close.
Contact at DufferinAv.com.
Contact at DufferinAv.com. That's our email. You can send us one there, or you can hit us up at DufferinAv.com, which is the website. It all goes to the same place. On the pre-tape, we didn't get to do that, so I'm pumped.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I purposely made sure the mic was muted that we could do that live. That was also really like, that's gonna make it really good, and then I'm just gonna pretend like I was silly and didn't do that, but
amazing.
No, it was all up here, right? So.
Yes, the Friday edition, hanging out with one half of the viewing room. His name is the Dragon, co-host with LB, who you just saw earlier, as he is getting all of his ducks in a row for the big Grey Cup game. We've been joking around that this guy might end up going with LB if the Riders end up winning.
I'm thinking about it, yes.
Which would be very, very cool, which would then lead into, we're already starting to sort of plan a Grey Cup watch party.
Yes.
And what that would basically be is a couple of the boys in here, maybe you, if you want to come in and watch with us, that would be more than welcome as well. And it would be us watching the game live while we have these jabronis, if he goes, Dragon maybe, but LB pretty much for sure if the Riders win. We'll have them on a Zoom from BC Place. I think that's what they still call it. I'm not sure now. But from the Grey Cup. So we'll be interacting with him. He can tell us what's going on, and he'd basically be reporting as the game goes. It's going to be a very cool new thing that we're looking to try, and I'm looking very forward to it. Do you think, my friend, the Riders will win this game?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
You're not helping me.
I do.
Again,
and
we're sending... Okay, continue.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't know. I think it's time.
Are you a football guy? Are you a football guy?
I'm not a huge football guy, but I enjoy it, and I have been watching the Riders. Right. And I got to watch the last game like at the Stoke Center, on that big screen.
That is true. Yeah, you were there. You were getting hyped, dude.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty hyped.
This bar is going off.
It was a really fun game. There's people in there cheering. It was a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like I've never been to like a big sports game like that, and I don't know, just to go with one of my best buddies and hang out and do that would be a lot of fun. And so, I don't know, if they win, I'm definitely considering just booking a ticket and going with Adam and well, hopefully I can get a ticket.
Do you think I don't know. Do you think they'll have like a schmoopy discount where you guys share one seat?
Oh, maybe.
I would love that for you guys. My favorite duo.
He does have a girlfriend.
Hello, Brooklyn. We love you so much.
Just to clarify.
Yeah. Well, she's the one that dubbed you Schmoopy, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think it all started when because we have a running joke that Adam and I hang out more than he hangs out with his girlfriend.
Interesting.
Because our work worlds collide and stuff like that, and we work at the same places and we've known each other for so long. But I called him once, and I think I said, "Hey, babe," or like, "Hey, Pookie," or something like that. When it was just a joke, like just Pookie. A funny joke. But I was on speakerphone with his girlfriend and him driving, and I felt so bad that I said that in front of his girlfriend, like completely friendly or whatever. But yeah, that's been a huge thing now, where it's like, now I'm like, I don't know, his girlfriend has become his side piece almost, and I don't know. It's not a good look for Adam. He needs to get his stuff together because I don't know. I don't want to be that guy, right? I want to make sure they have enough time, right?
We ain't home wreckers, nope.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I should instead get a nice ticket for Brooklyn as an apology for her dealing with Adam and I.
Very gentlemanly way. I want to say a quick hello to our friends over at Aquaman Limited. By the way, underwater drone inspections still going, as well as water monitoring and sampling, and so much more with our friends over at Aquaman. My bro-in-law, D-Rock, he's taking some time off here, I think, in the next little bit, as they welcome the newest member of the family, my sweet, beautiful Gus. I call him Gus the Bus.
Gus the Bus.
Third member of the family to go along with GT3 and with Gracie. I love you all, and we miss you, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Again, Aquaman, if you need some of that water stuff done, they can do it. They're out in Lloydminster, but they're the best in the biz. So one football game talked about. Yes. There's another one tomorrow, and this one is pretty cool. Matt Young from CTV was in yesterday, and he brought with him his N64 and a copy of John Madden Football 2002. Mm-hmm. Now, Dragon, do you know why he would bring in that specific game?
No, Gary, tell me why he would bring that specific game.
The last time the Regina Rams and the U of S Huskies played for the Hardy Cup at Griffith Stadium, I believe, was in 2002. That was the football game we were playing. That was the system we were playing it on. I don't got the grade 12 math. I'm assuming that's like 100 years ago. Give or take a few?
Yep.
Probably like more, 22 or something. Whatever the numbers are, doesn't matter. Point is, it's been, to quote a great song, it's been a while since this has happened. And we need to promote this.
That was really good. Can you do that again?
It's been a while since we've talked about a Hardy Cup between the Rams and the Huskies. Really good. So 1 p.m. kickoff, and this is why we're telling you all this, because tomorrow is a huge day for football, bro. LB just talked about it. You got 5:30 kickoff for the Riders versus the Bombers in Winnipeg. You got the East Final is going on during the Hardy Cup. Matt Young did tell me that we can watch, because I'm going to be in here. We're doing like 3 or 4 CCO shows tomorrow, so I'm going to be in here working on all those. But we're going to have that Huskies game up on one of these TVs because they have an incredible stream going on, and Matt Young's on the sidelines for it.
Yes.
So that's going to be super duper cool. So if you are so inclined and you don't have to work, you got a whole day of football. And then you got a whole nother day because it's NFL Sunday, the next one. So a lot going on in the football world. Do you ever get to any Husky games before? Husky football games?
I don't know if I have. I've been.
You would know if you did. They're wild.
I've been to Valkyries and Hilltops and the likes, but I don't think I've ever been to Huskies.
Griffiths gets going, especially in the playoffs. I know my dad would go to games. They were season ticket holders for a long time. And a lot of our buddies would go too. And I'd always ask them, all right, how many people there didn't bring some hotter uppers, if you know what I'm saying, in the upper pocket? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, son. Everybody's got a Mickey liquor in their pocket because it's always so cold. It's going to be nice this time, though, so you might not have to sneak in your hard liquor. Not that you ever should or would or did. I'm just saying I've heard people say that happens sometimes. The parties are great.
Yeah.
That environment, call it like USask football, so cool. So just letting people know
a Mickey
big game tomorrow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to stay warm, man. Normally these games at the end of the season, you're playing in -20, -30, -40 wind chills, man. It's nuts. So to have a nice weather game between two rivals like this, it's going to be huge, which is very exciting.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I know the weather is great. Like, what is it outside today? Like,
you know what?
It feels like a 10-degree day.
Let's make a bet. You're going to say 10?
I'm going to say 8.
I haven't
8 or 9.
done. Do you know how long it's been since I've done a weather cast? I haven't done a weather break. Let's see if I still got it.
It's 8 degrees.
You're saying it's 8?
I say it's 8.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to say it's 9, just so I can beat you. Here we go. You ready for a weather update?
Uh-huh.
Saskatoon weather brought to you by the Dufferin Avenue Media Network, your home for all awesomeness. Everything that's cool and or hip we love to do around here. Say hello and let us know if you want to join the team. Wait for it.
It's actually like 36 outside.
And if you do, let us know over at contact@dufferinave.com.
Okay, what's the weather?
Weather is looking like a high of 14 today, which is actually a high of 15 expected for today. Sitting at 14 right now. Your 3-day, it's not going to give me a 3-day here. I went to the wrong one. I got to Environment Canada. By the way, if you're a radio person and you need weather, Environment Canada is the place to go. 15 degrees right now in beautiful Saskatoon. Looking at a very chilly low overnight of -1 before we get back up to 11 degrees for kickoff over at Griffith Stadium. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be fantastic. And then +3 or some rain on Sunday. Nice. This weather's been brought to you by Dragon.
Wow. Okay. Well, I don't know. It's a nice day out. It's much warmer than I thought it was, but
if you were that guy from the band, you'd say, it's a beautiful day. U2's. Bono. His name is Bono. Not Sonny Bono, just Bono. And he's got a guy that's named Edge that plays guitar. You ever listen to U2?
Yeah,
No.
I must have.
Well, everyone did when they forced people to have their music on their phones. Remember that?
Okay.
iPhone put like a phone out and it came with a free song from U2 and everyone's like, no, I don't want that.
I don't think I could name a single U2 song, but I could hear a 300 of them. I imagine. You know what I mean? I think they're kind of one of those bands.
Yeah. I'll give it to you.
Because I don't think I could. They played. I think they were one of the first people to ever play at the big dome in Vegas.
They were the Sphere.
Yeah.
And apparently they didn't play any songs that anyone wanted to hear. They just played like all like random B-side stuff and new stuff, and people were like, "What is this?"
Yeah. I don't know. I definitely obviously I know U2, but I just don't know if I could name a song. I would just know like Bigger, Faster, Stronger. That's a U2 song, right?
Probably. Is that the one from the Batman
Do
soundtrack?
It makes it better, stronger. You know that song?
Stronger. That's Kanye.
What? No, like the Bigger, Stronger, Faster. You know that song?
Kanye.
What?
That's a Kanye West song.
What?
Yeah. That don't hold me could only make me stronger. I'm not gonna sing the whole song for you. We're losing viewers in a second here. Come on.
Wait, what? Is U2 part of that song?
No.
What?
U2 did do a song called some Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me or something from the Batman soundtrack. It was right after, I think, Kiss from a Rose by Seal. It's a good soundtrack. That was the Batman with the nipples. Nipple man.
Like Michael Keaton?
No. Don't you ever. Michael Keaton's the only Batman. I'm talking about when Batman and Robin came out and they had nipples.
George Clooney. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. George Clooney's, yeah. Oh, man, that's crazy. I remember that. I remember seeing that as a kid and being weird. Scared.
That was like their claim to fame. Our movie has nipples.
Like, dude, like the 3D theater experience must have been crazy. Like George Clooney just poking you in the eyes, dude. Like...
Hanging out with one half of the viewing room. His name is Dragon, producer extraordinaire. Dude, I want to give a special shout out. You go ahead.
It's been a day. I have made very many mistakes today.
Dude, this has been one of the funnest days we've had in a while around here. We've done a lot of work, so that says a lot. Earlier, I had to run out to CJC & Co. They are barristers and solicitors. And they moved to a new location right across from the Teachers Federation building. 2307 Arlington, I believe it is. Probably says on here. Nailed it. Oh, 2306 Arlington. I don't think it's 06. I think we have to update their cards. Either way, greatest lawyer in the business, right next to the great Kurt Dahl. Lawyer Bobby Goodtimes, a.k.a. Brett McCroovy. That's my dude. He helped us get a bunch of stuff done today, and I made sure I stole the card to show off how futuristic and cool they are. Look at that.
Shout out to lawyers.
That's a lawyer's card. Yeah, so shout out to Bobby.
That's a pretty sleek card, too, hey?
That's what I'm saying.
It looks like it's made of, like, carbon fiber.
I walked in like this, exactly like this, and I parked illegally out front. He comes out, beautiful shirt, his tie, like great pair of slacks on him. And he's got like those shoes that are like the Crocs, but they're like business Crocs. They were the craziest things I've ever seen. I was like, wow. Bobby, what are those? A joke from a really good show, Workaholics. And those shoes were wild, but his outfit looked so lawyer. I said, you look like a lawyer today, my friend. He's like, well, yeah, I am at the office. Good point.
We are here to discuss all your legal.
Very first thing I said when he walks out from the back, like I rang the bell and the girl comes out and like, yeah, I have a meeting with Mr. McCroovy. Like, okay. He comes out in his outfit and I look at him and I'm like, bro, you said we were gonna dress the same today. And all the girls like, is he dressed like that? Like, all the time, you guys. When he's not here, this is how he dresses. And I tried to too sweet him because it's a Young Bucks shirt. He didn't too sweet me, but it was still great. So a great experience over at CJC & Co. LLP, Barristers and Solicitors. The great Sir Robert of House Goodtimes helping us out again here at the network.
Can I say something?
Always.
I've been meaning to say this for a while. You stand up.
Is that weird? What are you,
stand up.
Eminem?
I want to show them your shorts. Your shorts are very nice. And I think you're like, I wish I had a pair of shorts like that.
What about this?
That's fine. Turn around.
What, you showing my butt?
Yeah. Those are a nice pair of shorts.
These are some of my favorite shorts.
I genuinely, they're very nice. Where'd you get them? Because like,
it's a great story.
That's like my favorite color of blue.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go. My favorite color.
Here.
Let's go.
I got these
they
shorts
look really nice
for my birthday from my lovely ex-family, who I love and appreciate so much. My former partner got me these shorts, and they are just incredible. I wear them all the time. They're actually golfing shorts.
Really? Wow.
They
look comfortable and they look stylish.
They're great.
Yeah, they're a great summer look, right? For a nice warm day like this.
I appreciate them so much. So thank you for putting some spotlight on that.
I know nothing about fashion. I think my mom still dresses me and I'm an adult. I don't know how that happens.
I haven't bought a pair of clothing like for myself in probably like 9 years.
I know. If it wasn't for my mom, I would be the same way. Like my mom just would look at me and be like, "Okay, listen, I've seen you wear that shirt 3 times in the last month. Okay, it's time for you to get new clothes." And I'm like, but my rotation's perfect. And
don't mess with the road.
And it's like, I don't know. My mom knows what I wear more than I do. And it's like, I just throw a shirt on. I'm like, all right, let's go. Time to go to work. I look fine, whatever. And then it's like, you're going to wear that to work? And I'm like, oh, what am I doing?
What a horrible choice.
Oh, and I don't know. So shout out to my mom for dressing me still, but I don't have that
humorous because when I was moving out of our place out of Blackstrap, my former partner said to me, she's like, I'm pretty sure I've bought all of your clothes since we've been together. I'm like, yeah. Not counting Christmas, because Christmas, you always get the undies and the socks, thanks to Santa Claus. Bless you, March. But yeah. So it doesn't change. Wait till you're in your 40s and you're doing that.
I can't wait for my wife to dress me, dude. It's going to be the best time. You know how wholesome that is? Like, just playing dress up with your wife? That's going to be great.
Absolutely beautiful. I can't wait for that for you.
Yeah. Let's just, you and I play dress up in the meantime. That sounds weird, but let's just do that.
I'm okay with that.
You know what? I don't know. I feel like, okay, this is the variety we need. We need a fashion show. Let's do that. If we're going to be doing, can I talk about the pumpkin thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We're going to tease something. I'm just saying, we could do Let's lean back. This is definitely a lean back Friday. I can lay down because Maggie's not here.
Look at this.
Look at this.
I like this. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, my back doesn't hurt now.
look at this.
All
Okay,
right, continue.
I was gonna say if we should do fashion shows.
I love it already.
And because we're doing a bunch of random stuff, especially since we have old pumpkins that are going rotting. Okay, they're starting to rot. So we're gonna smash a couple of them. Okay, and break them up, and then we're gonna boil them to make like pumpkin, whatever you want to call it. Like puree, like to freeze and make pie. Like to like use for pie later.
We need our local chef in here at the Great LB.
Like we're gonna take the chunks, boil them, mush them down to their nice little puree, freeze them, and then we can use them for pie fillings and stuff like that.
Dude, this is a great time for you to promote that pie video you made.
We did. You can see that on our network. Adam and I both made pumpkin pies. Mine was all homemade. Adam's wasn't, but whatever. We had Gary taste test them. Break his fast at like 10 in the morning to eat pie.
Not just that. So this is a weekend, and if you haven't been following along on my adventures in my health, this entire place was built on THC. And
stunning advertisement
to the point of I had to be slowed down once we got up and running, which was very good. And part of that slowing down process was no THC until after the show every day. So every day, Monday to Friday until 5 p.m., there's no THC. On Saturday and or Sunday, though, because I use it a lot for all of my aches and pains, I suffer with a lot of chronic issues. And this being was it a Sunday or a Saturday? Or was it a holiday Monday?
I want to say it was a Sunday.
It might have been a holiday Monday even. Anyway,
let's go with holiday Monday.
It was a day when there was no live show scheduled. So I had woken up and I had immediately medicated.
It was Monday.
And these guys didn't know. So I walk in here thinking I was just producing an episode of The Viewing Room, so it was okay, and I'm just doing my thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, we need to taste some pie. I'm sitting here on the moon. I'm like, what?
We wanted it to be a surprise, and we didn't account for the fact that Gary would be on Mars. And
so during the whole episode, you could see me just absolutely destroying all these pies. There was a crisp in there. There was a pie. There was all sorts of stuff. And it was a very fun episode as it was after, we were celebrating Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that episode is a lot of fun. It's a little pie show you can go check out on the network as you put some good work into it. And I'm very proud of you guys for that.
Yes, it's very cool. Sorry, Adam's texting me.
Well, that's okay. Sure. Also, today, new episode, One Bad Podcast. Episode 23 is dropping. I'm not sure when it's going live because that workaround's got a bunch of stuff he's got to get through today. But it will be up at some point today as we finished another run a couple of weeks ago. And they're starting, every time they come in now, it's like, okay, this will probably be the last 3. And then when they do 3 more, they realize, well, wait, we can do 3 more. So now this is like going to be the 3rd time probably when they come in, when we're probably going to sort of wrap up this 20th anniversary podcast that they've been doing.
Yeah.
And so it's going to keep going, which is very cool. So point is, another new episode for you as well. Wendy Brooks Media, the best in the biz. I say it all the time. That woman, her media company saved my mental health. I was on the verge of losing my social media mind. And she came in here and said, don't worry, dude, I got you. And she takes care of all that social media
she's very good
for
at
us. And she's so good at what she does. She has a bunch of clients that she can help you out as well. Hey, there's one.
Can I talk about Wendy for a second?
Sure.
I find one of the hardest things when I do managing stuff for the social media and like the viewing room and whatnot. I find writing descriptions so difficult, and coming up with creative, funny descriptions that like talk about the video and are catchy.
Real quick, I do that for promos. The hardest.
It's tough. It's so tough.
Very hard.
And I gotta say, Wendy just does it just phenomenally well. I don't know what her secret is. I don't know if she's just like some kind of guru or if ChatGPT's involved, whatever it is. Wendy is just...
She better not be ChatGPT. You know we have a very, very strict
rule.
No Skynet here.
Yeah.
We're the only place on Earth, apparently, that doesn't use AI. We don't take shortcuts.
But
don't let Terminator, any of them, T-1000, you name it, T-500, whatever that Terminator is that you identify with, don't let them do all your work for you, okay? Because they're not going to do it without taking note and making sure to come and murder you after.
Yes.
Continue.
But no, that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Wendy's just very good at it, and
yes.
I'm very proud of her, and I'm very happy that she can do that because I don't have that skill, and it takes a lot of work and effort, and Wendy just does it like it's nothing. So I think that's great. So thank you, Wendy. If you ever hear this, you're great.
She's very, very good.
And
hey,
you're very talented.
I can see your name on there.
There's
you're famous.
Yeah, that
right,
little tiny. Yeah.
We got a couple minutes to go here, hanging out with one half of the viewing room.
One half.
And a shout out to the Bamford and Co. podcast, who love that one every Wednesday. Comes out same time as Slice by Slice with Asher, which is a very fun little pizza.
Yes, I got to see that first time live.
Cool, hey?
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was
the
awesome.
Slice by Slice cam up top. I always I lose it. I love it so much.
Yeah, what a gift that is.
So I think maybe we should move into your wheelhouse a little bit with the last segment sort of this show. Oh, we got someone coming by.
Scares me. Scares me every single time.
You got a lot of fun little different things coming through the back alley. I want to do a mini viewing room.
A mini viewing room. Oh, this is so exciting.
A live mini viewing room.
A live mini view. Okay.
And now, has there ever been a movie that you probably would never do with the full treatment, but you always wanted to sort of do a little bit on? They're like a mini.
Oh, that's tough.
Anything out there?
A mini viewing room.
We don't want to step on your toes.
Oh,
I don't want to do one that you're going to be doing.
That's great. Do you have something?
I have a bunch of movies that I've just.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's see what you want to do, because I have my whole show that I can talk about.
I talked when we said if I were to review a movie, what would it be? And I said Billy Madison right away.
Okay, let's do it. Let's talk. Let's hash this out right now.
You want to talk about Billy Madison?
Let's do it right now. Okay.
Perfect.
You want me to pull up some facts?
I was just going to say, get your stuff out as I will introduce. Welcome to the viewing room. My name is Gary. That's how he starts it. You have a catchy saying. What's the saying?
Welcome to the viewing room with Adam and Ethan, where we talk about films new and old, local and global. Today we're going to be talking about Billy Madison, which was released on...
I'm going to say 96? 94.
1995. Comedy drama movie with an hour and a half of a runtime.
1 hour and a half?
Ooh.
Okay.
Guess what its Rotten Tomatoes score is? Okay, what's its score in your heart, and what's its score on Rotten Tomatoes?
So it's a 10 out of 10 in my heart, and Rotten Tomatoes will probably have it at like something dumb, like 3 out of 10.
It's 40%, so 4 out of 10. Yeah, 4.5, 6.4 on IMDb.
That's how you know it's good, everyone. If the critics hate it, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a decent movie. I would say it's like an 8 for me, right? That's pretty high for a comedy movie.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Give me some more.
Let's guess its budget.
Yes.
Guess its budget based on it. I'm going to guess, too, before looking.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Adam Sandler movie, 95. It has a $36 million budget.
I'm going to say way less than that. I'm going to say $22 million budget.
Probably way less than that, yeah.
Let's see where we're at. The budget comes in at...
$10 million. Yeah, I know it was way lower than I thought. But it did gross $26.4 million at the box office, so nice little return there.
I remember the first time I saw it. I was in Hawaii.
Really?
Beautiful Hawaii, yeah. And my brothers and my sister, we went to a mall, a big mall, and my parents dropped us off at the movie, and we got to watch it, and it was one of the greatest movie experiences I ever had, right off the bat. Like that opening sequence of him using different tools from the jobs he worked at, and like sticking them between his legs and doing the whole like doing the thing. So funny.
Yeah.
So he's like, I was a gas station attendant. He's got the gas hose between his legs shooting up. He's like, I was a construction worker, and he's got the cone. Like,
I said this in our episode about Happy Gilmore.
That's Happy Gilmore.
About Happy Gilmore.
Dude, we're talking about Billy Madison.
Yeah.
I just went right down the wrong movie. I saw Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I thought you would segue. But no,
Billy
I
Madison.
did talk about that on our Happy Gilmore episode.
You did. I know, and that was my favorite part. I made sure you did.
Billy
Madison.
Do you still want to talk about Billy Madison?
That's what I was thinking.
Back to school.
Those are my two favorite ones.
Okay, I'll throw out a fact there while I look for more facts, and you can do a synopsis.
Billy Madison, okay.
Okay, Adam Sandler quotes this as his movie where he's the closest to playing himself. This is the closest he thinks he's played himself, which is interesting enough, right? So I'll read a synopsis quickly, and then you can run through the whole movie, okay? So think about
what
the
I'm
movie.
going to do is after the synopsis is I'm going to quote every quote I can think of from the movie that I use.
Shampoo is better than yeah.
Don't hate, don't ruin it. Synopsis it, bro.
Okay, synopsis. Man-child Billy Madison has been a spoiled rich kid all his life and spends his days drinking and partying. When his father, hotel magnate Brian, becomes fed up with his son's irresponsible ways, he issues an ultimatum. Since Billy passed all his schooling thanks to his father's influence and bribes, he must retake and pass every grade in 24 weeks. Otherwise, the business will be turned over to Brian's conniving associate, Eric.
Eric's a weasel.
Yeah, Eric's not a great guy.
That's how he laughs.
That is how he laughs.
Yeah.
So, crazy movie. You give us a synopsis. Run us through what happens.
Okay, so basically, I wanted to do all the quotes, but I won't be able to do them in order. So maybe we'll do the quotes after. We'll basically tell the story. So Billy, he's partying with Norm Macdonald and the other dude, and they're hanging out in the mansion and just going nowhere in life and drinking What did you forget to do today? Drink 10 margaritas? No, he remembered that. What day is it? Nudie Magazine Day. Remember what day is it? October? I use that a lot.
You know Norm Macdonald was actually drunk in that scene?
Of course he was. He's Norm. Dude, method acting. That's what it's all about. Then he hops in his golf cart and goes and chases a penguin around. Then the company starts going up. Eric's trying to take it over, and Billy's like, no, man, I can do this, Dad. So then they go in the contest. And he goes through grades 1 through 12, and then it gets shut down because Eric is a weasel again, and he screws them over. The Blob, a wrestler, gets involved. He's a school principal who has a crush on Billy. It's not really important, but funny scenes during Valentine's Day. Then they have the Olympiad, if you will. It's 10 events of different choices through a big board. That's when the prince or the teacher or whoever's running the thing says, this whole spiel about it. Not only are you wrong, but everyone is now dumber for hearing you speak.
For having you say that.
Yeah. So I use that one a lot as well. And then turns out in the end, Billy wins, and he gets Veronica Vaughn, and it's so awesome, and Chris Farley's in it. Was it Chris Farley's? No, his first movie was Wayne's World.
Yeah, it was Wayne's World, yeah.
But Chris Farley is the bus driver, and there's O'Doyle Rules. That gets started.
O'Doyle Rules, yeah.
Who eats 30-pack lunches? So they eat the lunches, and then that's basically the movie. Billy takes over and all that. Now,
okay.
More importantly, I'm going to sit up for this because there are so many quotes. Right off the bat, and I've used these all in different situations. For instance, I was in Australia at the aquarium in Sydney Harbor. And out front is a dude in a penguin outfit. And we've been drinking all day. And I walk up to this penguin. It's not a word of a lie. It's like plus 46 Celsius. And this guy's in a costume. I'm like, no. The boy's like, well, what? It's like, it's too hot for a penguin to be just walking around all willy-nilly. The guy in the penguin's just like, dude, like, chill. Like, I'm good. It's like, no, you're not. Like, just hammered. And I stumbled in and enjoyed the aquarium. So that's one.
Man, that's
too hot for a penguin to be walking around. Another one is Frank's shirt. My buddy the Wing King and I always drop the Frank shirt. It's like, yeah, Frank's shirt. It's like, whose shirt is it? I got it from Frank. And then he lifts it up, and it says Frank on it underneath. So Frank's shirt is another one that we use a lot. When they're throwing their pickles from the hamburgers at the hamburger joint at the window, and then betting on which one's going to win. Billy's not having a good time, so one of the guys says, what's wrong, Billy? Your dad mad at you again? Wing King drops that one all the time. They're like, hey, Gary, what's wrong? Is your dad mad at you again? So that one gets quoted. Shampoo is better. It goes on first and cleans the hair. No, conditioner is better. It makes the hair silky and smooth.
Shut up, Swan.
That's another one. And slurping his soup. And then he goes, Billy, stop slurping your soup. He goes, thank you, Daddy. And the guy say thank you, Daddy a lot, which I think is very, very funny. Another one. And if you just go through the movie, that's what I'm talking about. I legit quote all of these all the time.
All the cool kids pee their pants.
That's Ernie. So Ernie's in the corner. He pees his pants on the field trip. And then Billy looks around. He's like, okay, I got this. Hold on. And he goes over the water fountain and splashes his crotch to make it look like he peed his pants. So then Billy comes out, and they're all, oh, Billy peed his pants. He says, of course I did. Peeing your pants is the coolest. And then they look at Ernie and like, oh, Ernie peed his pants too. Good job, buddy. And, Billy saves the day. And then it goes to the old lady. She goes, if peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis. I quote that one a lot. Miles Davis obviously being a very, very cool dude. There's also the Mortal Kombat for the Sega Genesis is the greatest video game of all time. I disagree. Although Mortal Kombat is a very good game, I think Donkey Kong for the original Nintendo is the greatest game of all time. And they go, yeah, it is. No, it isn't. Shut up! It's another classic. I've used all of these either on the air or in my everyday life. And they just keep going. Like O'Doyle Rules. How many times have you heard people say O'Doyle Rules?
Dude, I've heard of O'Doyle Rules in like non-Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, like, that's where it started. Which is so cool is that O'Doyle is the obviously the mean sort of bully. And then there's the janitor where Billy's got some milk. He's trying to share it with Veronica Vaughn. And he asks her, she's like, no. And then he looks at the janitor and goes, what about you, Cy Burns? He goes, I'd rather have a beer. That gets quoted a lot as well. Chris Farley on the bus. That Veronica Vaughn is one fine piece of ace. I know from experience. No, you don't. No, I don't. But I know a guy who did, and him and her got it on. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. But you can imagine what it'd be like if they did. Gets quoted a lot.
Chris Farley's pretty good in that movie. Yeah.
They steal, like Norm Macdonald and the other guy, and Chris Farley steal all of the sandwiches, and that's when the lady says, Who would ever steal 30-pack lunches? I've used that one a bunch. Man, that gets crazy, right? Just to think about this. Yeah. Hey, you want to go get that horse drunk? Use that at farm parties a lot, whenever there's horses around. Hey, Kyle, you want to go get that horse drunk?
Do you know that in the dodgeball scene, Adam Sandler was actually hitting kids?
Oh, yeah. Full on. Like full power. Well, you got to be authentic. That's what Mankind taught us in wrestling. Have I told you the Mankind story before?
No.
Oh, this is great. So there's a wrestler named Mick Foley who also came out as Mankind, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack. Okay. Cactus Jack goes bang bang. Dude Love goes, hey, peace and love. Dude, he's like a hippie guy. Mankind is this like freak of nature monster who wears a mask. People over the years would ask Mankind. He became famous for being the guy who took all of the spots. The biggest spot in the history of wrestling, coming off the top of Hell in a Cell. You've seen that. Everyone's seen this. Yeah. Undertaker throws him off the top, lands onto the announcer's table, gets put on a stretcher and leaves, gets up from the stretcher, climbs back up to the top of the Hell in a Cell, gets legit choke slammed through the top onto a chair inside the ring that went through his mouth, and people thought it was like a bubble of snot or something, but no, he had his tooth from here through his nose sticking out. Conkied 3 times within like 20 minutes. And then he got tombstone onto a pile of tacks. Like the worst stuff a guy could ever do. And people would say, I don't know how he did that. Mankind, how did you do that? Like, what's the secret? He said, the secret is, there is no secret. I just did those things. So it was real. That was his secret, was he didn't fake it. Everything he did was actually happening.
That's crazy.
And that's sort of the idea with Billy when he's taking out all the younger kids in school. Like, we're talking to the face every time with these balls, like, pew, pew, knocking them all out. And that's all very cool.
So,
sorry, I went on a lot. That's a lot of quotes, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Well, we're running out of time, so let's do this now.
Okay.
Tell me 2 things you like and 2 things you dislike with this film.
2 things I like.
Or things that work well, or things that don't work very well.
Obviously, the writing. Like, the writing has stood the test of time. I can still go and watch that movie right now and quote it like we just did and still be just as entertained as the first time I saw it. That's number 1. Number 2 thing that I love about it is the fact that it proves that you don't have to have a huge budget to make something great.
Exactly.
It's another one of those great examples where you can, if you have the right people in place, kind of like this place. If you have the right people in place, you can do incredible things without all of the puppeteers getting their hands dirty in it, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I only have one thing that I don't like about it, and that's that it's not longer. And it doesn't have, like, it's same as Happy Gilmore 2. Like, I'm going to go watch it because they're bringing back everyone, and I feel like if anyone can continue it, a guy like Adam Sandler and that team could do it. I feel like I would love a Billy Madison too. If you're doing Happy Gilmore, give us Billy Madison.
Right.
What about you?
I really like the performances for the most part. I think Adam Sandler is great. I think he's hilarious. What else do I really like? The plot's good. Yeah, you know what? I think I really do think like it's creative and it's hilarious, right? It's unique.
That's a great way. Very unique show.
It's something that wasn't done before, and I don't know. I think it has this nice character to it. Sometimes I think Adam Sandler's character is a little bit too, not perverted, but he's a little bit too, maybe perverted is the right word. I don't know. He's
think about the time, man. For the times, that's what people were.
Sure, sure. So maybe that didn't age perfectly, but you know what? For the most part, I do think it's a very solid film, and yeah, I don't know.
What would be your most like snooty? Like, I'm a cinematographer. What's the cinephile? What would be like your snooty cinephile like nitpick about this movie? Do you have anything like that? Being a movie guy.
Well, maybe like the cinematography isn't all that special.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I don't think
I can't recall. Budget too, right?
I can't recall any shots that are like mind blowing. But there's some cool set pieces, obviously, in the mansion they live in. Like,
and
lots
inside
of
his
stuff.
Tent in the back?
Inside his tent?
That was cool.
Dude, I dreamed about having a tent like that.
Right?
Like,
yeah, now we're cooking.
They do a cool thing there at the end with the fair, how they turn the whole backyard garden into like a big fair and like Bozo the Clown or whatever. No, what was it?
What's his name?
Pogo? Bozo? Something like that.
I'll look this one up. That poor clown.
I'm thinking
gets beat
Pogo or Bozo. I used to be scared of that clown.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, remember they thought they killed him because he fell from the stilts, but he's like, I'm not dead at all.
I would say the cinematography is not all that special, but I would say that they were able to do a lot with their camera units because there's so many locations, right? You have
Doo-Doo the Clown.
Doo-Doo. You have all the school field trips. You have the school and different classrooms. You have the mansion, including the kitchen, bedroom, bathroom.
That's a lot of sets, hey? That's a good point.
You have like the skyscraper where Eric is.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Eric was going to be casted by Bob Odenkirk. That was what the role was written for.
I don't know if he could be as Weasley.
But the studio said no because Adam Sandler was just casting his friends at that point. Yeah. What else do they have? They have the principal's house when they do like the
blob.
Yeah, the blob, the backyard, but turning into different things.
Yeah, the pool,
tent, Veronica's house,
the burger shop,
right? Yeah, so there's all these different things like the farm, whatever school bus shots.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff. So while I don't think there's anything particular great cinematography wise, I do think that for a $10 million budget, they were able to do a lot and go a lot of places, and that's really awesome. It feels like a big adventure in a way.
This has been a mini movie review with one half of the viewing room right here. That was incredible, dude.
Out of 10. Quick.
Oh, it's a 10.
10?
For me.
Okay, 8 for me, I'd say. 7.5 for 8.
Very high for a guy, especially someone who hasn't been around when that came out.
True. I've seen it quite a few times. It's one of my favorite Adam Sandler. Happy Gilmore's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. But
this guy loves the song Tuesday's Gone. He sings it all the time. Sing it today.
Yeah. I did sing it today. I came in singing it.
You always do. Brother, thank you so much. Let's go get a Frankie going, and we'll roll into the weekend here, hey?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, that was great. For having a show that just went way off the rails, I feel like we put something really good out there that we can be proud of.
Great idea doing a mini viewing room.
Sometimes I get one. Not very often, but sometimes. Let me know when. And there we go. Wow, what a week. They go by faster and faster, which I really don't like because you get enough of that in your real life. But when like something you really love and enjoy like this goes by too fast, like come on. Like I really felt like it was going to be a big slog in there, and I feel like we could have went longer, which is a very, very cool feeling. So thank you to Dragon filling in today, as well our friend Emily May. A big thank you to her as we're getting set to debut her new show that she's doing with Dragon, and it's a lot of fun. Our Spotlight on Business show. Let us know if your organization, you have a charity, anything like that. Let us know, and we can help you show people not just how it operates, what it's about, but what you are about and how you go about business. Because it's a really cool thing nowadays to be able to say, "Hey, come and see what I do." It just helps create that environment for everyone to lift each other up, which is what we're all about here. As well, thank you to LB, who was in here earlier with his big rider review of that guy, co-host of the viewing room as well, basically built the place and everything else. International Man of Mystery. Yesterday, we got to see Croker. Our buddy Croker hasn't been around for a long time as he was busy, not just seeing the world, as he went on 3 different trips, went on Family Feud, and then he decided to switch jobs. Now, the morning show host at 92.9 The Bull. So be sure to check him out there at his new spot. And it was so great to catch up with him and talk some sports and all the other stuff that's going on with him. We also had a lovely tribute, which we will be putting out there. Coach Mazer, a.k.a. Coach Comma 2, was in the house. And his dying uncle, Uncle Brian, had a thing he wanted us to, sort of put out there. And it was very, very cool and very awesome. We have it on video, so it will be its own clip, but we'll get out to you so you can enjoy that again. As there was a lot of really good things in there. It was sort of a call out to the citizens of the universe. And it's very cool, very heavy stuff. Thank you to Coach Mazer for that. Curtis Anderson was in a couple of times. Love to see him. That was fantastic. To the Phenom as well, who was in here, just a hand doing his thing. That's all very cool. We also had, oh man, so many people were in this week. Monday and Tuesday, we had people. The Tuesday crew. Uncle Mike was here along with Matt from all the bands. We had CTV's Matt Young stop by for his thing and so much more. Thank you to all of them and to you as well. Remember, karma's very, very real. Do good things, and those good things will start happening to you. I promise you, all right? Enjoy all the football this weekend, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday.